Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up on this beautifully lovely day, Tuesday, July 17th, 2018. Actually, you know what? It wasn't as beautiful or lovely as that, and I'm going to tell you why. So this morning, I did a video where I explained to you that I believed you should not get fancy or bet against this market. And despite that, at least half of a dozen of you out here wrote to me, fellow traders, who told me I was wrong. Look, I can be wrong. That's the truth. But when you write to me and tell me that not only am I wrong, but you're taking the opposite side of the trade from me, and then you get burned like today, well then, quite frankly, you're getting exactly what you asked for. And I get this all the time. People write to me and they explain things. Look, when I get out here and I explain to you, or I believe things might go, or talk about why I would not do certain things, and then you write to me and tell me you're doing the polar opposite of me, what does that do? Does that make you feel good, especially on a day that you lose like today? Several of you were betting against the NASDAQ, which actually hit a new intraday high today. All of the markets closed positive, and you should not be surprised about this because I explained this to you. So for those of you that did write to me and got your lunch eaten for you, maybe you learned something here. You don't need to tell me what you're doing or tell me that you're betting against what I'm saying, because it just makes you look dumb when things don't go your way. Really, just keep it to yourself. You'd be a lot better off psychologically probably as well. All right, with that said, because it really did get to me a little bit, markets did finish higher across the board. It's kind of interesting because I think a lot of people were expecting the FANG stocks to fall off of a cliff after what happened with Netflix, which was a joke, and I covered this today. And as a matter of fact, there was an article right on the front page of Market Watch yesterday, last night, which predicted that FANGs were going to get crucified today. Oh, that didn't work out so well now, did it? Maybe you were one of the people that wrote to me, the guy who wrote that article, and told me you were taking the opposite side of that trade. Well, good for you. I don't want to sound like that, truly, but seriously, when I get stuff like that in my email box and people tell me these things, well, you just deserve it. You deserve it. Bonds, people, look, here's the situation. Bonds were flat today. They are making sure they keep bonds in the sweet spot. There's nowhere else to go, so stocks are going up. It's that simple. The dollar was a little bit of a fly in the ointment today and definitely muted gains. This market would have been up higher today. Again, we burned off, like I explained to you in the video this morning, and then it turned around. Kind of while Powell, while it was talking. Did you catch this? I mean, you want to talk about... I don't even know what you want to talk about. Between him and between these imbeciles in the Senate Banking Committee who really were sitting there pandering, and they're talking about... Let me see. Let's talk about how they were trying to push the narrative of income inequality when every single one of them up there is a multimillionaire, or at least a millionaire. It's insane, okay? But it's the dog and pony show that has to go on for the people. Like how many of you out here, and you can put your hand up for this one, believe that it's all scripted? Yeah, me too. Like he doesn't know what's going to be asked. Like they don't give him the questions. I mean, you really, if you don't believe that's true, you are seriously mainlining some hardcore stuff. Everything is scripted. Nothing happens in politics by accident. You should know that. It's unfreaking believable, but it's the truth. Well, let's go back to the markets just real quick. So what we want to see, you and me, is this dollar start to weaken a little bit. Bonds can stay where they are. That's awesome. And they're going to, believe me, they will be maintained to create the environment of risk, cash flows into the market. It could not be more simple for you. I took up several positions today. Facebook, Apple, Triple M, and the Russell 2000. I plan on holding these for a little bit here. I am certain I'm going to do well. Actually, I'm pretty certain I'm going to do well. Nothing's written in stone here. And for all I know, these actually could turn into losses. I don't know. But we'll see. 2 of those positions made money today. The other 2 did suffer losses. I'm about even for the day. So we'll see. Actually, I think I have like an $81 profit for the day. Nothing dramatic. But we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the week. And you all know how I operate. If these positions are promising, if they look good tomorrow, what will I do? Exactly. Greg will add to those positions, magnify my gains. And if they go against me, what will I do? Exactly. I'll close them with minimal losses. I love you people. It's so great. It's so simple, this basic money management skill, which I really hope if you don't have it, you will go to my website, traderschoice.net, and download my free e-brief, which goes over this. The one rule you must never break while trading. Well, go to my website, link in the description of this video, look for Gordon Gekko's picture, click on that, and download it. It's free. Anyway, I'm losing my mind here. One more thing before I let you go. Cryptocurrencies today really got bid up. This is a beautiful thing, in my opinion. I do own some of this stuff. You all know that. And people are writing to me all day, Greg, buy more cryptos, buy more. But why? Why? Why should I buy more here? Because this is it. It's going to reverse now. And the top, there is no top to any of it. Let me ask all of you who are suggesting here that people should be buying cryptos here. I have nothing against cryptos. Like I said, you're looking at a guy who owns it. How do we value it? That's a big issue in my view. Is it worth just what people want to pay for it? Are they running another pump and dump scheme here? I have no idea. I can tell you these things are very volatile. So you be very careful here, all of you. And don't just allocate everything you have into one asset class, because that's a fool's move. No matter how smart you may think you are, if that's what you're doing, it proves one thing, that you're not as smart as you think you are. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. We're going to have more fun tomorrow, and it's just going to be freaking lovely. See you then.